Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Texas Best Docs. I'm your host, Kaylee Pear, and today we have an exciting conversation lined up. We will talk about the significance of Texas Best Docs in the healthcare industry, why it's important, why it's innovative, and why every healthcare professional should take note. And I'm so excited to introduce our guest, Teressa Phillips. She's an HR project manager with over 20 years of experience in HR for multiple industries, including healthcare. She is Texan-born and raised here in Dallas, who is passionate about healthcare and the work being done by Texas Best Docs. Teressa, welcome to the show. So
Thank you for having me.
There's so much we got to talk about, but I first want everyone to know a little bit about you. Talk to us about your background, whether it's with work or how you got to where you are today.
Absolutely. So as you mentioned, been in HR for a little over 20 years. I was actually supposed to be a lawyer. I was in the law cluster in high school and was on the track to be a lawyer, but God had other plans and I landed in HR. So I started out at a small mom and pop home health agency, and I was working, going to school, getting my associate's degree. And you know, when you work for smaller organizations, the office manager is HR, is AP, is everything, right? And so one day she came to me and said, you know, do you want to shadow me for a few days and really see what I do? And what she happened to teach me was the HR side of things. And I decided I liked it so much, I changed my major. And so from that point on, I became the HR assistant and really just moved up the ladder in my career. So I have my BBA in organizational behavior and HR management from the University of North Texas. I also have my Scrum Master certification, and literally, as I mentioned, have gone through the ranks. So I've been an HR assistant, a coordinator, a generalist, a business partner, a manager, director, a VP, and now an HR project manager. So,
that's a lot.
Yes, it's a lot. But I front-loaded my career very early on, and so wanted to take a step back. And now I'm on the project management side of the house, which I love because I'm not the therapist and psychiatrist anymore. I get to manage and oversee projects, which I love. So super excited about that.
I feel like going to school for a lawyer, when you're doing all those other hats, that lawyer inside of you still has got to come out.
Oh, honey, yes. I can argue with the best of them. Absolutely. I can hold my own for sure. Definitely comes into play.
Yeah. Well, I mean, having all your hats in, you know, the healthcare industry, what do you feel like with the climate of the healthcare industry right now? What people really need to know about?
I think it's really important for people to understand it is constantly changing. You know, in the state that we're in, that we've been in, right? Like I remember when COVID happened and the world just shut down and we had to pivot very quickly. So it's like the minute you adjust to what is and what you know to be true, any rule or regulation can happen, things can change. And so you have to be open to change. And I know there are a lot of people that change is scary, it's the unknown. So you have to be open to change, you have to be flexible, and you have to be willing to pivot at any time, because from day to day, week to week, month to month, like what we know today could change a month from now. We don't know. And so you really have to be open to that. It is constantly changing.
And you know, as you've kind of grown throughout the last 20 years, whether it's within the profession or personally, what's been a couple of influences for you that has driven your passion for healthcare?
I would definitely say, you know, being a mom, first and foremost, you know, making sure my daughter has quality care, being a patient myself, making sure that I have quality care. I lost my mom in 2016. I was not particularly impressed with the care that she was receiving from the providers that she had, but though she wanted to stay with them. Totally understandable. My grandmother is 82. She has multiple providers. And so making sure that everyone receives best in class care, right, is top of mind for me, for sure.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry to hear about your mom.
Thank you.
And, you know, I think you're exactly what I think Texas Best Docs is looking at in regards to why it created this tool to be able to use to make sure that you can stay with the mom hat, the daughter hat, with your grandmother as well. So, you know, I think this leads into my next question of like, you know, those obviously are big motivators for you, but what are the whys?
I would definitely have to say one of my whys is my daughter. I tell her that all the time. Being a mom is not a role that I take lightly. I'm very clear that my daughter is watching me and I am setting an example for her. And so it really pushes me and motivates me to be better than I was the day before. Are there times where I fall short? Absolutely. But to move with intention, to move with purpose, to extend grace, those are all things that I watched my mom do. She was my biggest inspiration. She was an amazing woman. And so the same way she set an example for me is the same way I want to set an example for my daughter. And so I know that my role as a mom is to equip my daughter with everything that she needs, because she's a freshman in high school now, as well as a college student, and she's going to leave the nest one day. And I've got to make sure that I've given her the tools to equip her to navigate through these chapters in her life the way my mom did for me. And so even with my mom, although she's not here physically, I know that I'm her legacy, and that's not anything that I take lightly. And so every day I strive to make her proud with how I move and how I extend and move with others.
I heard you say about your daughter being, a freshman and also a college student.
Yes,
And I need to go back to that
very
real quick.
proud mom.
Yeah, I mean, already,
yes.
ding, ding, ding.
Yes, she wants to be a nurse practitioner. So another reason why healthcare is a very big deal, right? So she was accepted into her school of choice, her high school of choice. She's in the early college nursing program. So she is taking dual college classes right now. So once she graduates, she will have her associates in science, and she will be 1 year into her BSN at UTA.
Wow.
So very, very proud mom.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Mom.
Well, I wish her the best of luck.
Thank
That's
you.
amazing.
Thank you.
Now that we've gotten to know you a little bit, I did want to know, obviously we're here talking about Texas Best Docs. How did you find out about Texas Best Docs?
So interestingly enough,